Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right. Welcome, everybody, back to the Safety Consultant Podcast. This is the podcast where I teach you the business of being a safety consultant. We talk about OSHA compliance. We talk about many things related to the EH&S field. So we are all encompassing with safety and health. However, we also have some really great guests. Like last week when we had our guest, my man, Jorge Torres, was awesome. It was great meeting him and being able to actually, see the face and, behind the Facebook friends, and then also being able to be together in that group that we told you guys about on Facebook, which is the U.S. Safety Professionals group, which is pretty awesome. I'm good. And as you guys could see, I'm still out in the field. Full-time RV life has brought me to Estevan in Saskatchewan, Canada. So we're still here for actually 2 more days, and then we're back into the States, heading to North Dakota. So that's the plan. Today is a very practical day. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about some practical stuff. So typically when I do the solo episodes, I like to teach you guys some OSHA related things or practical business stuff to run your business. And I've been hearing and experiencing myself some news and some feelings with, the economy crunch, right? I was just comparing the gas prices in the States versus the gas prices here in Canada. And I was like, it's not bad. It's actually cheaper up here. And, when you start thinking that, you and your family, you're looking and you're going through the groceries and everything else, and you're trying to figure out, all right, how should we make this our, what are we going to spend our money on this week and everything else? That's a real concern. So I decided that I'm going to dedicate this episode today to kind of give you some things to help you process through this time and thrive, if you will. So I'm going to dedicate this episode to thriving in economic slow times. That's actually what we're going through right now. So, and that's a global thing too. So this is one of those global meetings. And if it gets too cold, I've got my toque ready to go. That's my little ski cap. So just in case, I'm bald. So, I gotta protect that head because, it gets really cold sometimes. And I got my hoodie too. So I don't know if I'm going to finish the podcast in a hoodie, but you might see the toque come out. And it's not that cold. It's like in the low 60s or something, but I'm a wimp. So, all right. So let's take this on 2 different angles. Okay. First angle is going to be what your clients are feeling. And then second angle is going to be truly how you yourself and your family could help during these slower economy times, just so that you guys could make it through. So I'm going to also give you some personal stories here. And one of the personal stories is, for me, when I got started, the main reason why we went to full-time RVing, my wife and I, and our kids were young at the time, we started this lifestyle in 2017. So now it's 2026 at time of this recording, so almost 10 years now. So when I was starting my business, I started it in 2009, I believe. Yeah, man, it's been a while. And so everything was doing great, and just decided at one point I was traveling 180 days out of the year. and in like hotels and everything else. And that adds up, with the flights and everything else. So we were thinking, all right, my wife actually was the one thinking this through. It's just like, well, we could travel as a family together, make the travel experiences. And then while we're making the travel with experiences, then it's also going to save money at the same time. So we're like, all right, that sounds cool. So we sold the house, got ourselves our first RV, and then that's a Class A, if you know anything about RVs. That's the ones where you drive the actual RV. And we had my tow vehicle, which we didn't tow. We actually drove behind it. It was a Honda at the time. And so we're two vehicles driving through the road, me driving the RV and someone other. I had one person with me and my wife driving the car behind us, had someone else with me. And at the time, both kids could drive. So had a rotation of drivers in the tow vehicle. So it was pretty cool. So our lifestyle, we adjusted. And not only did we save money with mortgage and everything else that comes with owning a house and downsized into an RV, but it helped through, the cycle of clients, no clients, clients, no clients, clients, no clients. That cycle, right? As safety consultants, and we do our best to even that out as much as we can. So my mindset had to change. One of the things that I did to help my mindset change, and again, I'm going to talk generally about my mindset first, and then I'm going to incorporate the topic, if you would, for the day. And I had to think about now money versus future money. And my definition of now money was, what can I do to product, service, selling some things that we just did not need and was still of demand? What can I do to get us money within this week? That's now money. Like right now, we need money now. How can I do now money? And when you're thinking now money, you extend your thoughts to everything, including, what can we sell on Facebook Marketplace because we just don't need it anymore. It's just hanging out and it still has value. Let's get rid of it. That's now money. What can I do right now to get some service that I didn't think of before, and someone is going to pay me for that immediate service? You get on the phone and you try to get repeat customers to help you with, I like doing the 50-50 contracts for now money. So 50-50 contracts like training or mock OSHA audit or something similar, when you do your proposal and you get your proposal made, then your 50-50 money is if you do half of the to your client, you're going to request half of the money up front, which is going to secure your time, your travel dollars, and everything else. And then the other half comes at the end of the contract. So those things are in proposal. That's what you want to do. You want to get your proposal to state those the delineations of payment, and I actually do that quite a bit with my proposals, and I think of that as your 50-50 money. So that's where you're going to get now money and then later money, and it's really helpful when you're thinking it in those terms. I do have very detailed proposals, and it's very important that you do detailed proposals because you want to have your client see exactly what they're going to get and they're going to expect. I do have the Safety Consultant Blueprint course this month that if you are going to really either launch your business or you're going to go ahead and get new life into your business, if you purchase, and it's only a couple more days left, right? So if you purchase this course between now and the 30th, June 30th, then you're going to get the blueprint course, and you're going to get my actual time, because I'm going to help you out. And for those of you watching me on YouTube, and the actual page that is my safety consultant podcast page, and watching this, you're looking at me futz around, and that's because I forgot to plug in my laptop and it's going to die. So plugging it in right now so we can keep our conversation. But if you do buy the Blueprint course, we're going to strategize for a half hour after you get done with the course, and I'm going to help steer you. One of the things mentioned in the course is the proposal, and I really like to help you guys with proposals and make sure that the proposals themselves are going to be good. What I'm going to do right now, though, is I've got a proposal mini course for you guys. And the proposal mini course is something that you're going to really need to focus on. Not focus on, I shouldn't say focus on. It's going to be something that's going to help you with your program. And I am going to do something real quick. So allow me the opportunity to give you guys a QR code. And this QR code, if you were to scan this code, you're going to get yourself this mini course. So let's scan this code right now. So let's do that window. I'm going to share. So go ahead and scan the code on your screen right now. And the proposal mini course, this is just a section of that safety consultant blueprint. So when you take the mini course for free, it's going to help you with your detailed proposals so that you could get the wording and things out, like the 50-50 proposals that I just mentioned for now money and later money. So go ahead and scan that code right now, and you're going to get the proposal for free, and you're going to get the mini course. You are going to get a template of the proposal. One of my proposals, this is a popular one that I use often. And not only are you going to get that template, but then you're also going to get the actual course, the mini course that's taken from the Master Safety Consultant Blueprint course. You're going to get that. You guys may have seen that's watching the video. Something just ran past me. Literally a bunny just like ran past me. I love this part. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so back to your 50-50 as being part of now money and then later money. That's actually one of the things I use often. So think of services that you could call past clients with, such as training, maybe even a mock OSHA audit, maybe a review for certain or update to their written programs. Things like that would be quality 50-50 type products and their services. Another thing that you could do for this economy is think about later money. So you got the now money and the later money. So later money is going to probably be things such as training. And if you're not going to do a 50-50 training contract, then you could host your own training. And if you host your own training, it's going to be open to the public, not just to your clients. So you set up a training room at your local safety council, or if you like to do online training like myself, just contact me, Sheldon at sheldonprimus.com. And I do have a training service that I just lease out that is going to be online, and we could work out what's going to look like for doing that. But honestly, might as well. You have to set it, give yourself a good 90 days, 60 to 90 days for your online events. And once you set up your online event, you'll have a payment structure and everything else. So when your payment comes in after the event, then at that point, that's your now money, because you just finished the event, right? So you get your now money right there. But you're going to set up that with the future money. If you're meeting new clients and you're going out and you're looking for future money to help your business grow in this economic times, you're going to probably have to think about a minimum of 6 months. It's possible 90 days, depends on the urgency for the client. But chances are, from shaking hands to doing business, you're going to be looking at 6 months minimum and possibly a year. So let's say you set up a cycle of meeting new people every month. Then eventually, after you get more time into your business, you're going to have a cycle of different people that are going to, pretty much your 6 months will be up or your year will be up. And then that time from, hi, I'm Sheldon, to you start seeing my material on LinkedIn, you start looking at ways that I've helped you with free stuff. And now you're like, hey, let's get this person, let's get Sheldon on. Let's see what we can do. So again, that's going to be something that's going to take some time. So in taking time, you want to just honestly just be out there and do your best to get out and meet new people every month, so that you start that cycle, right? So that's again another mindset thing. So far we talked about my career and some of the things that I personally have to deal with to help reduce expenses and then get now money versus later money. So let's talk a little bit about your clients and what your clients are experiencing during this time frame. Okay, so what your clients are experiencing through this time frame. And another thing I want to let you know that the early bird ticket prices are still available for the Safety Consultant 101 live event that I'm going to do online. It's going to be in August, and it's going to be a 2-hour event where I'm going to work with you, and we're going to really break down some of the things related to your business and getting you started, getting your business if you're one of these people who have been in the safety consulting for a little while and you really want to get yourself jump started. So August 22nd, 9 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to go ahead and do a 2-hour event. And if you want to do that, go to sheldonprimus.com/events, and then you'll have the opportunity to sign up for that one as well. So now let's talk about your clients. So here's what the mindset of corporate buyers are during this time period. They often think of safety as being discretionary money. You've probably heard, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you've probably heard me say that in economic times, first department to go is HR, and then the second department is safety. Some people in their experience, safety is first and then HR. But typically speaking, the employer, the corporate buyer, whoever that is going to really start thinking of how can we get rid of discretionary money and then focus on just the essentials. The people that think that, they don't understand that safety itself is something that can make you money. And we'll talk about that later, but just want to first give you the mindset of corporate buyers. So they get caught into that discretionary income trap, and they truly think that their budget should be only, and their mindset is only priorities. They may cut training programs. They may cut external consulting contracts. Those are the things that typically get in the chopping block with that mindset. The corporate buyer, your client, is also going to get into a hyper focused on cash flow. How can we get more money? So the decisions themselves is going to basically be thinking about how can we keep getting dollars in this door? How can we keep getting money? How can we save money? So it's hyper focused on cash flow, in and out, cash flow. What's going on? So they think of that way. Another thing is they do fear compliance issues, but it's not real to them as much as it is real going out of business. So you can still have a little leverage with OSHA compliance issue, regulatory compliance issue in your country. However, it's not going to be as real as if I don't watch my cash flow, if I don't stop my discretionary spending, then we're going to go out of business. So that's a real fear for them. So you're going to have to counteract those mindsets. And I'm only giving you guys 3, so this podcast isn't forever. So on the flip end and the flip side, we're going to end up having to counteract some of that stuff. There's something called the true cost of an incident. And that's one of the things, if you go to OSHA.gov, and if you go to OSHA.gov/safety pays, and you work this safety page, you're going to see a calculator or estimator that really talks about the true cost of an incident. And the 2 costs are going to be the direct cost that will be usually paid for by insurance, and then the indirect cost of the incident, which are the inefficiency costs. And that's multiple times more. If it's a low dollar figure, it's going to be 4.5 times more than your direct cost. But the indirect cost of an incident is going to be directly taken from your profit, because your profits are where you pay for those incidents. So you will make a claim to your insurance company, and the claim may only be like $1,100. However, the cost for time and energy, effort, loss of productivity related to that issue is going to be far more than what you would have made a claim for and insurance would have paid for. So that estimator gives you a little bit of a leg up, where if you are the safety person or you're the consultant, in your proposal, which is a big thing, like I told you, you're going to have to make sure your proposal is going to spell things out for them. And in your proposal, you're going to want to make sure that you explain to them the true cost of an issue. So here's my price. Here's what it costs if you don't choose a service like me or address the issue. It may not be your service, but addressing the issue. So you're going to show them the cost of this decision that they're about to make. Not to hire you is going to be a cost. Hiring you is a cost, but the cost for hiring you is going to save money, and it's going to make it where you're adding goodwill to your workers. So again, it's going to be a really big thing for you guys to really focus in on that, and just make them aware, make the employer aware that you're not just asking for money to ask for money. You're doing a consulting service, and this service is going to bring back a return of investment. So that's the key. You want to help them out and visualize that return of investment. Let's see, what else can we work on? This is the flip side. Return of investment, as I mentioned that, there is a dollar figure to that. OSHA has a white paper out there, and there's many other organizations that talk about return of investment. If you were to do a raw Google search that said safety ROI, safety return of investment, in a Google search, you're going to get a lot of publications that have done research on this, like bona fide research. And OSHA's research comes back to, for every dollar spent into safety, you can expect $4 to $6 back from your investment. So imagine telling somebody, if you give me $1 for my stock, I'm going to guarantee a $4 to $6 return on this stock. Now, someone who's already in the mindset of watching cash flow, if they know that they're going to get a return on their investment at a high dollar figure, then that's what you put in your consulting contract. That's the things that you're going to say is, my return of investment is going to be X amount of the dollars that you're going to spend. So it is important. I am going to go ahead and break our third wall here just so that you guys can see the cuteness over here. So you may not see him yet, but he's right there, just kind of like going around. Then I got another baby one now. Can't see it at all. I gotta wait till it'll sneak up on me. But I got a little baby rabbit in here coming home, and fortunately my video is set to blur. So the further the bunnies are, the more that it blurs. So here's like 2 episodes. I already told you guys about bunnies. But they're literally like surrounding me. One that's ran past me, and the other one is right here under the table, just like little bunny nose going. Okay, anyway. So here I am talking about return of investment, and going nuts over bunnies. All right, forget it. So let's get back to the conversation. Return of investment, $4 to $6 for every dollar spent. That's something that OSHA came up with through white paper, and it's verifiable facts. It was started with a Stanford engineering study that was done a while ago. I believe it was the early 80s, and that university study was used for part of the safety estimator. So that's one of the things that you're going to focus on. Next thing that you're going to try to focus on is in order for you to help the decision maker with your organization or your future client to use your services, you may actually need to start thinking of instead of doing a full consulting package that's going to include a mock OSHA audit and a new written program and training, you might have to start thinking of it a la carte and modular. So you're going to break down those services, allow them to pick and choose what they can afford at this time. So again, it'd be wonderful if you could do a full OSHA compliance package for us in the U.S. and you guys in different countries. Your regulatory agency full compliance package. Uh, yeah, that's holistic, and it's going to end up, if someone were able to afford a full package, it's going to keep their workers truly protected, but they may not be able to do that. So, in order for you to still keep the business and do our primary purpose of keeping workers safe, we could then break down this need a little bit at a time. So that would look like, let's do first the mock OSHA audit at this price. And then the things that I find is going to be in a detailed report. We could start picking and choosing from high risk to low risk. What are we going to address first? And if you choose to address it yourself without me, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you the things in a risk assessment or risk matrix that says address this first, then this, then this, and I'm going to give you a consulting package that, or not even package, a consulting price that says I could help you out for certain things, even if it's just talking to me. And here's my hourly rate for whoever is going to take care of these line items, have them be able to reach out to me, and here's my hourly rate for calling, and I'll be able to help you out by at least mentoring the person that's going to take care of my line items. We might be able to just do training right now. Everything else is taken care of. So here's the training. So whatever you could do, you're going to have to brainstorm as much as you can so that you could be that fractional or module safety consultant, safety director, and only focus on little things at a time, just bite-sized pieces. So that's going to make it palatable to the actual client, and it gives you some service at the same time. So the nature of there might be